Look, I just want to skip all the fluff and talk to you guys directly about how mid-distance running actually works. If you look up 800-meter training on YouTube, you'll get all these hyper-polished videos of college athletes with 10 coaches and lactate threshold, stuff like that. That wasn't my reality at all. Going back to 8th grade, middle school track was honestly just a joke. I didn't have a team of coaches mapping out my career. I just had one coach, and that guy was not even really my coach. So 8th grade track was all about making decisions for myself. In my head, I was strictly a 400-meter runner. The only reason I joined cross country in the 8th grade was to build endurance for the 400. That was it. I ran 58 seconds that season, and I just figured that was my path. Going into freshman year of high school, I did the same exact thing for the same exact reason. I lined up for cross country again thinking it was just a tool to help my sprinting. But that's when things changed. So we were doing this one workout and it was like 800s, 400s, and there was 2 laps 400s at the end. One 400 was controlled and one 400 was all out. And on the next one, I came back even faster than I repped on the last one. It was my assistant coach. She was like, hey, you really have some speed on you and you have endurance. You should run the 800 this season. And I was like, yeah, I'll think about it. But the thing was, I was completely invested in running the 400. I did not care about the 800. I didn't care about any distance event. Cross country was strictly to help me build endurance to handle that full lap of the 400. If you ever ran the 800, you know that it's the most disrespectful event in track and field. That race is not a distance event, it's a controlled sprint for 2 laps until your body starts shutting down. But I did end up listening to her and I made the switch to the 800. I opened up my freshman track season running a 2:15. If you're a serious mid-distance runner, you know 2:15 is amateur hour. I remember crossing that line completely gassed. And after I realized my pacing strategy was completely non-existent, I opened up in a 59, I came back in 75. I think. I opened up in a 59 and I came back in 76. I went out way too fast on the first lap just because of 400-meter habits, and then that last 300 was just survive. Ever since that race, something clicked. I realized if I wanted to be competitive, I couldn't base that just off of talent. I completely shifted my mindset. I stopped training like a sprinter who was just trying to survive and started getting into that 800 mode. So how exactly do you extract 10 seconds from the 800 in just 2 months? Because that's the reality. I went from running 2:15 on March 1st, 2025 to running 2:05 on May 13th, 2025. It wasn't about running until I puked every day. It was about mastering my speed reserve. When your PR in the 400 is 58 seconds, going out that first lap in 59 seconds for the first 400 is very uncomfortable. The mistake I made on that 2:15 is that I was fighting the first 200 meters. I had to learn how to float. You get into position on the first 100, you settle on the backstretch, and you save that anaerobic energy for the second lap. I started tailoring my individual workouts to handle that specific transition, moving from a fast hard stride to a high cadence relaxed cruise. By the time championship season came around, I crossed the line in 2:05 on May 13th. The reason I'm telling you guys this story is because a lot of guys are probably in the same position I was in freshman year. You might not have an elite program or a coach who gives you workouts every day. You might be the one making decisions, trying to figure out whether you're a short sprinter or a mid-distance runner, or even a miler. Going from 2:15 to 2:05 in 2 months didn't take a high-class facility. It took consistency, listening to my body, and realizing cross-country mileage was not wasted energy. And it was the foundation to help my speed work on the final 200 meters of the race. Ever since that freshman season, the 800 has been my absolute obsession. That's what I train for, and that's what I mentally carry into every single workout now. If you're currently stuck in that 2:15 to 2:20 range, and you want to talk about how to break through that wall without blowing up your legs, drop your current PRs and weekly mileage in the comments. I want to see where you guys are at, and I'll talk to you guys directly down there. Hit subscribe and follow the rest of my journey as I'm trying to chase down sub 2. Last season was very close. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.